This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Days after the mass shooting at Florida State University, legislators are entering a new week of the legislative session. WMNF's Chris Young reports House Democrats are raising red flags about gun legislation.
Democratic representatives discussed various topics on a call Monday, including the shooting that killed two. House Minority Leader Fentress Driscoll claims that the Democratic Party has brought up gun control laws that don't get heard by the Republican supermajority.
If we have the time to rename the Gulf of Mexico, we have the time to talk about one of the leading causes of deaths in our country.
Last month, House Bill 759 passed in the House. It would repeal some gun control protections made after the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. It would reduce the minimum age to buy a firearm from 21 to 18. But Parkland Democratic Representative Christine Hunchofsky hopes that after the FSU shooting, legislators will reconsider.
I understand the pain and the fact that lives are changed forever when experiencing death and a tragedy like a shooting.
The Senate version of the bill has not entered committee. Chris Young, WMNF News.
More than 750 Florida resident deaths have been linked this year to COVID-19, though the pace of deaths is significantly lower than the past 5 years, according to data posted on the Florida Department of Health website. The data showed 753 deaths, with Palm Beach County and Pinellas County each having 50, the most in the state. The COVID-19 pandemic hit the state early in 2020, with reported 23,300 deaths that year. A bill that would prohibit healthcare facilities and providers from refusing to serve patients based on their vaccination status is ready for the Senate floor. Among those supporting the bill is Florida Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo, a critic of vaccines.
We hear in the Department of Health so often about certain themes, and one of those themes is moms and dads who are having trouble finding a pediatrician because in their area, the pediatricians will not see their kid if they deviate at all from the vaccine schedule issued by the CDC. And we are in a new era. There are more people now asking questions about what's really best for my kid after the last few years we've been in. There are way more parents.
Opponents of the legislation say it would force doctors to have patients that don't follow their treatment recommendations and could put others that go to the practice at risk. A new national report shows Florida has expanded school mental health services, but meets just a quarter of the recommended staffing levels for psychologists. Tramel Gomes reports.
A new National School Mental Health Report Card from advocacy group Inseparable shows the state lags in early intervention and staffing ratios. Caitlin Hochul is Inseparable's Vice President for Public Policy. She cites a proven solution other states have adopted.
One of the most effective things states can be doing is expanding Medicaid to cover all eligible students and providing mental health services to all those Medicaid eligible students. So that can help states draw down some federal dollars.
While 34 states and Washington, D.C. have expanded Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act, including Republican-led states such as Arkansas and Arizona, the Sunshine State continues to forego nearly $6 billion in annual federal funding that could support school mental health programs, according to the 2025 estimates from Florida Policy Institute. This is Tramel Gomes for Florida News Connection.
The Trump administration is proposing to remove habitat degradation as a form of harm to threatened endangered species. And the Swanee alligator snapping turtle could be especially affected. That's because due to a risk of poaching, it doesn't have what's known as a critical habitat designation. The turtle's vulnerability worries Elise Bennett, Florida and Caribbean director at the Center for Biological Diversity.
It's, not only concerning that they didn't get this sort of blanket protection for their habitat, but now that we're going to see continuing weakening of the law when really they need the help of the law the most.
About a third of listed species don't have designated critical habitats as of 2023. Cloudy skies today with highs in the upper 80s. Cloudy skies tonight with overnight lows in the upper 60s. Mainly sunny tomorrow with highs in the lower 90s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.